I'm Louis Butko. News next at 1 o'clock. He's here to answer the question, is it ever possible to have too much Fannon on the radio? Fresh off his stint for Larry Fedork, he's back on his home turf on the Jim Fannon Show, and it starts now on News Talk 610, CKTB.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
I've made one mistake in my life. I should have burned Berlin down. And now the drugs are slowly wearing off. And your smile looks more like a frown. I give you freedom, you are alone. Memento mori.
Sensational Sunday to you. Look at that weather out there. Blessed day today. The sunshine proves that there is a God. I've been praying for nice weather for way too long. Well, here it is. We're just doing something great with it today. I'm Jim Fannon. It is 11:07 on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is the Jim Fannon Show, live from 12 Yates Street as usual, every Sunday, noon to 1 o'clock, right here. I'm waiting on my first guest. You better not be no-showing me. Steve Soos, 19 years old, running in Ward 6 in Welland. We got an all-kids show for you today. Not that he's a kid, but we got a few kids in the studio, including Drew Comerford running the board, big kid that he is. Friday night, I was honored enough to act as the MC, the Master of Ceremonies, for the Festival of Stars, which is sponsored by the Kiwanis Music Festival. Kiwanis group here, a long-standing group here in St. Catharines. And Deyme sends me a handwritten note months ago to the studio, to the station here, saying, we'd love for you to MC. I'm like, damn straight I'll MC. I don't do a lot of MCing, but I have conquered my fear of the microphone. It's pretty clear. So Friday night, they run a festival, and the awards have already been given out. And I have no idea the amount of talent that waits before me. And my jaw was on the ground quite literally, especially when Terrence Wu, was it, came up. Speechless. 10-year-old, looked younger than 10, came up and pulled his stool up to this grand piano and just wailed on it. I couldn't believe it. And that wasn't the only time that my jaw hit the ground. So, as I normally do in bars, picking up bands, I had an opening today in my show for musical talent. So what do? I recruit the kids. Like, yeah, you need to come on my show. What? Yeah, where's your parents? Let me talk to your agent. So we've got some really special guests for you today and some live bumper music, as we always do here on the Jim Fannon Show, going in and out of commercial. You're going to hear live music. And then Ann will come in with her proteges and talk about how she keeps these kids on the straight and narrow, keeps them practicing all the time. My big fingers get too sore from trying to practice guitar too much, and these guys are in grade 7, and they're rock stars. I love it. So at the bottom of the hour, we'll bring Ann in. We'll talk about, she's at Ryson Music here in St. Catharines, a long-standing business on Duke Street, is it? Downtown, right by St. Paul. You know Ryson.
Court Street.
Court. Thank you, Drew. Drew's on it. And we're going to get an interview with some of the talent that are going to play us some music going in and out of the breaks. Like right here. We'll talk to some of the bands and the performers that are in here and talk to Ann about how she keeps them practicing and getting good. We will take some calls. If you have any calls for them, you know the digits, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-CKTB, or pound 610 on the Bell Mobility Network, or you can text straight into the show. Text 61010. More when we get back after this break.
Finding myself making every possible mistake. La 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 la. I'm a young soul in this very strange world, hoping I could learn a bit about what is true and fake. But why all this?
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
Like walking around this old and empty house, so hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. The stairs creak as you sleep, it's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you close your eyes. And some days I can't even dress myself. It's killing me to see you this way. 'Cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Tell her that I miss our little talks. And soon it will be over and buried with our past. We used to play outside when we were young. And some days I don't know if I am wrong or right. Your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear. 'Cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore.
Nicely done, girls. Garden of Eden? Is that who we're talking to? Wow. Beautiful voice. So these girls are grade 7s, grade 9s. Not old, in other words. Well done. At 12:30, we will talk to them. But right now, Steve Soos makes it into the booth. Thank you, brother. Would you get lost on the way?
A little bit. St. Catharines is pretty confusing.
19 years old. Oh, you're welcome. 19 years old and running for city council. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Don't you know any better?
Well, you know what? I really want to help my community. I grew up there, and I see all the problems that city council is presenting now. So I believe that it's the right time.
Who's in your corner? Do you think you got a shot to win? You got any organization behind you?
Who's in my corner? Well,
who's backing you? Somebody's got to be propping you up if you're going to make the run at this and it's going to be successful. You can't be a one-man show.
I come in and I do what I have to do. I talk about policy, and if people like it, great.
Right.
And they'll support me.
You got to raise some money, though. Are you doing that?
Absolutely. We're going to have a lot of plans on the campaign.
Okay.
And
so you got a long way to go until October, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's short in retrospect. I mean, campaigns go fairly fast, right?
Yeah, and if you run a campaign before, I think you ran NDP in Nepean, Ottawa?
That's right, Peterborough,
sorry.
When I was at Trent there, I ran for the NDP nomination to represent the party.
Right.
It was a hard-fought campaign, but
Listen to you, spoken like a true politician. 19 going on 40. Nicely done, Steve Soos. So you're running for Ward 6 City Councilor.
Yes.
What are your priorities? 3 important keys or things that you're focusing on that you plan on getting elected on?
Right. First of all, we need lower property taxes.
Yeah.
And that's going to encourage new building. It's also going to lower rent, because if the landlord has lower property tax, then it'll come to the tenant as well.
What's your plan to make up revenue then for taxes? If we lower the taxes, then we got to get the money from somewhere.
Well, if you lower taxes, it's actually going to create revenue, because right now we see higher taxes, but those tax dollars are only going to debt servicing. We have a high debt in Welland. 51,000 people and over $55 million, which is the 2010 statistics. Some are saying it's jumping to almost 70 million. It's unacceptable. So by lowering property taxes, we'll actually bring business back to the ward and to Welland, which will create revenue for the city, and we'll use that revenue to offset the debt, opposed to the other side, which the current city councilors are doing by raising taxes. It doesn't work.
Right. What's your second plank then? The second most important plank of your platform then?
Second most important plank is building awareness for local food initiatives.
Local food, good, okay.
Yes.
Why do you think that's important?
I think that's important because we've seen the meatification of diets and the supermarketization of the global north. So we actually have a corporate food regime right now. GMOs are a big part of that. Mm-hmm. And as Michael Pollan's food rules said, don't eat anything your grandmother wouldn't recognize as food. The problem with GMOs is that it's about meatification at the expense of the poor, because you need to convert staple foods that people eat into animal feed. That's one big problem. Another big problem is that GMOs, for the vast majority of farmers, cannot modify. They cannot modify the GMOs. They can't afford to. So therefore, they can't service their debt.
Now, you're starting to sound a lot like a Green Party candidate, but you get the orange shirt on. You've run NDP before. This doesn't sound like an NDP platform. Is this just you taking the best of all platforms and using it for yourself and running municipally?
No, I'm doing what's important, Jim.
Okay.
I'm
set the host straight right away.
I talk to my constituents in the ward. I'm out canvassing every day, handing out flyers, talking to people. And what people want to see is lower property taxes. They want their water bills under control. And they're also really liking the local food initiative, because at the heart of our city, we have the Welland Farmers Market. If we put more support into that, we can get people away from eating, terrible foods.
How do you answer the charge then that, an organic head of lettuce is cheaper if it travels 3,000 miles from California than it is if I buy it in my own backyard? I mean, local food is expensive, and it seems like the cheaper stuff, the mass-produced stuff, even if it's organic, traveling from California. I mean, I hear you talking about financial interest as well, right? And the poor can only afford to eat what they can afford. So, how do you bring the prices under control for local food?
Exactly, Jim. I mean, the GMOs are cheaper, but they increase our need and reliance on markets, and they also, are modified for longer shelf life. So we have to weigh out the balances. Is it worth it to eat healthy? And what can we do to get people eating healthier? So, yes, this is a problem that...
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. If I could answer it, though. Subsidizing oil and gas is probably part of the problem, right? It's cheap to fly produce in or truck it 3,000 miles from California. And, if you get the prices right, i.e. stop subsidies, stop the artificial low fuel prices, then doesn't that bring it all back into... Doesn't that make your local food cheaper?
What is going to make the local food cheaper is a new subsidy for local food. So we should pour some money into the local farmers market, right? Create new revenue and use that revenue not only to offshore the debt, but yes, to promote local food. I think if we raise awareness and we start campaigns, I think it will be very successful, because it's all about education. People don't know what they're eating. Haven't had, a proper inquiry into GMO foods, right?
We haven't looked at the food guide in a long time either, and it kind of
That's right.
It looks horrible when you look at the Canada Food Guide.
But we haven't had a proper inquiry into GMO foods, right? Because what we see, especially with the Monsanto company, is that science is privatized. Science is not for the public good, right? So that's a big problem. I mean, they have so much power because of intellectual property rights. You know, they're suing other farmers for something the wind does if they find their varieties in another field.
How is that going to affect us in Welland, though?
How's that going to affect
GMOs?
us? GMOs affect everybody. I mean, we don't know the effects it has on human health, right? We see that how it destroys the insect's digestive tract. So if it's destroying the insect digestive tract, how do we know what it's doing to us?
Right. So that's 2. What's your third plank then?
Third plank has to be maintaining infrastructure. Welland South is a mess. Ward 6 is a mess. I mean, you get the city councilors who are doing, you know, for lack of a better term, half-ass jobs on our infrastructure. I mean, the fact is that when you drive down certain streets, one gentleman told me as I was doing my campaigning, he said, if you got fillings in your teeth and you drive down Wright Street, they're going to fall out. That is not good at all. I mean, especially, you know, they're only renovating regional roads. We need to focus on city roads too. And on top of that, you know, we're turning into a huge regional government. We have to get away from that as well, Jim. I mean, that's a problem. We can't be one super region. You know, we need to have our municipalities as well because it's all about tax dollar distribution. I mean, when you have a regional government, your tax dollars are leaving one municipality and going into another, and that prioritizes one certain municipality. So with this super regional government, we'll see the prioritization of Niagara Falls and St. Catharines, but the smaller municipalities are not going to benefit.
Right. Have you worked on any endorsements? Any rock stars to give you an endorsement and say this kid, he's a good kid, you should elect him? Sorry, I'm using the word kid. You probably heard that too much now.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, in terms of endorsements, I have the people that are with me. I mean, they have my back. And I mean, that's people in my party. That's people who I've known for a long time in the area. I think it's not all about having rock stars endorse you. It's about having a strong constituent base. That's what it's about. You know, you can have the best endorsement, but if you're a terrible candidate, that's not going to help you.
Well, the bottom line is votes, right? So you can be a good candidate, you can be a horrible candidate, but if you got the people that'll come out and support you and vote for you, then you get in regardless of your platform, regardless of your support or endorsements.
But I mean, I think, you know, something that Peter Cormos talked a lot about, he was my hero.
Go ahead.
He was my hero. I mean, he taught me so much about politics. And basically, he told me, when the constituents speak, the member listens.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that on our current city council. So many people at the doors don't know who their city councilor is. That's a problem when you only come to the door every 4 years when you're ready to get some votes. Cool. We want someone who's going to be at the heart of our ward and at the heart of our city.
Cool.
Someone who you can pick up the phone and say, this is what's wrong. I need your help. And that's what I'm all about.
Stephen Soos is my guest. Thank you very much for coming in. Just on the way out, let us know how we get a hold of you or donate to your campaign is probably the most important thing, though.
Yeah,
you got to buy some signs. You're not going to get elected without any signs, or you're running without signs, too. No money, no signs, no endorsements. You're going to get elected.
Oh, you don't worry,
How do we get a hold
Jim.
of you quickly on the way out?
My contact number is 905-734-9838 if you ever want to yell at me. And
734-9838. Okay.
And
good.
my email is Steven, Steven, or, sorry, my bad, Soos, Soos, Welland Heritage Council @gmail.com.
Nicely done, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in, man.
And
nice shirt.
While we're still here, I just wanted to close up by wishing my best friend, my biggest supporter, Jordan Miller, a very happy birthday today.
Yo, Jordan. Happy birthday, brother. On the way out.
Sister.
Sister. Person. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Soos is your candidate for Ward 6 in Welland. After this, and Deyme from Ryson comes in with local rock stars. Right at 610 CKTB.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
He don't like the Rolling Stones like I do. The Beatles, not the kind of band he's into. He only likes movies by Tim Burton, but he belongs to me, that's for certain. He don't play guitar or piano. He don't care about the status quo. He tries too hard to look like Andy Hurley, but I'm proud to say that he belongs to me. He sees me at night, I make him smile. He's what makes my life worthwhile. He knows what I want, I know what he needs. Just
Welcome back. I am Jim Fannon, filling in for Jim Fannon. Drew Comerford running the board. That is Shendell Rogers doing her own tune? Mm-hmm. I want some Green Day or something. Come on, Shendell, pick it up. Well done. How old is Shendell?
15.
15 years old.
15, yep.
I'm joined by Deyme of Ryson Music. And first of all, thank you so much. I can't tell you the last time I received a handwritten note, so that is cool. They tell us in real estate, handwrite your notes of appreciation, thank your people, hand deliver them, mail them, whatever. People love getting handwritten notes. So thank you for including me in your Festival of Stars.
No problem.
I was completely blown away. Tell me about the girls here, their names, where they go to school, and I couldn't get through the list when they were playing. So just so they get some pub. The girls are sitting in here. Garden of Eden?
Mm-hmm. Garden of Eden, Ryson's Garden of Eden, yes. We have Eden. She's in grade 7. She's our bass player.
Is that the band named after you, Eden?
Yeah, but we have 2 Edens.
There's 2 Edens.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Garden of Eden. Okay, yeah. I got it.
Eden Soshi. She goes to school at Oak Ridge. She's in grade 7. Her sister and singer is Matea. Matea is in grade 9 at Sir Winston Churchill.
Good school.
Yeah.
Not that yours is. I know Oak Ridge is a good school, too. Don't listen to those.
And then we have another Eden. We had Eden Murphy, who goes to St. Anne's School, and she's in grade 7, too. And
Stone cold killer.
Yeah,
she's
that's
got
right.
no nerve. She's in there. She's telling jokes. The rest of the girls are freaking out, biting their nails. And this one's just stone cold. You're going to be a manslayer.
Pepper.
Next.
And we have Morgan Disher. And Morgan, you're in what school? Sorry.
Lockview.
Pardon?
Lockview.
Oh, she's at Lockview.
That's okay. Lockview.
Yeah, she's our drummer.
We won't hold that against you. I went to Carleton, so it couldn't be any worse.
Yeah, she's our drummer.
North End kid. Okay, so how do you guys get together exactly? You meet at the studio, or are you guys like a pop band that's been organized by Ryson, or what?
Yeah, Anne just kind of put us together, and it worked, so, yeah.
And tell me about the talent. I was just blown away. Terrence Wu.
Oh, Terrence Wu is amazing.
Well, he can play
violin too as well. He got an award for violin too as well.
He's like a concert pianist. So at 10 years old, he looks like he's like 6.
Yes, I know.
Just a little guy.
Amazing.
Wow.
The talent there was unreal. It really was. And you did an excellent job. You have to come back again. That was wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't do a lot of emceeing, but it was well organized. Peter Brown did a great job doing that, and his daughter Kate, so much appreciation to that. Tom Nisopoulos got the room temperature right, so I wasn't... Yes. I was starting out, I was pretty hot. I was pretty soaked. But so we got a lot of people to thank, but tell me a little bit more about the students, the program that you operate there, and your teachers.
Yeah. Well, at Ryson's, we've been in operations for 76 years.
Wow.
All our lessons are private, but the children have the opportunity of being involved in bands if they wish. With their teachers, they talk, and we do put them together. Like these girls, they didn't know each other. We decided to put them together in October, and they've been doing concerts. They've done just the Women's Walk right now. They've done that for Jillian's Place. You have done the Easter egg hunt for the JCs, and like that. You'll be doing some work for the Kiwanis, which you did as well. and you'll be doing the car show, and hopefully, Jim, you'll be the MC for the car show. We'll see. For the downtown, we'll see. Downtown car show.
I'm going to demand a contract this time and payment.
Okay, no problem. And, that's it. We did. And the Kiwanis gave away $6,000 in bonuses that night.
Scholarships or money towards whatever they want? Or is it towards...
scholarships towards the children, yes. Yeah, you girls got $250, did you not? Yes, they got $250.
Each?
No.
Oh, okay. $250 to split as a band.
Yeah. But, they'll probably save it for a recording situation where their teacher has a recording studio as well.
Wow. Really well done. So tell me how many kids actually participate in this, because again, I'm constantly, and we do a lot of local bands on this show. I've seen a lot of local performers, and still I'm blown away by the level of talent, but by 10 and 12 and 13 and 15-year-old kids. I mean, I hate to keep saying kids. At the show, I said performers, because I don't think they want to be referred to as kids. They're performers, right?
Yeah, they are
just treat them like everything else. So, but, it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of talent in town here, people my age and thereabouts, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years old just kind of really blows my mind.
Right.
Tell me about the amount of dedication and time and discipline these kids have got to have to stay with it.
Sure, the majority of them, majority of those students that you've seen, they're working on their grades for the Royal Conservatory of Music, too, as well. Which you kept saying she's got her grade 6 and yes,
all that
that's
kind of
right.
stuff.
That's what you have to have in order to get into university now.
So all your students belong to that conservatory?
We teach Royal Conservatory of Music. That is a course that's recognized for the United States now, and the United States has taken it on. It's recognized all over Europe and Australia. It has been. It's the standards that you need to go into university. If you go on any of the lines of the university, it's stated on there, Royal Conservatory of Music.
Nicely done. So how do people get a hold of you, and what type of programs do you offer at Ryson?
We offer piano, voice, brass and woodwinds, bass, violin, drums, pretty well everything that's going that we have. And the lessons are all private, and parents get their accreditations for their children as well.
Right. And how many kids actually apply for your Festival of Music?
Oh, this year there was 565 students that applied to the Kiwanis Music Festival.
Wow. And how many awards are there?
Oh, well, I think there's probably been about 60, because there's $6,000 is given away. I think there were 60. I didn't recognize. Peter didn't tell me.
Right. And who are your major sponsors? Who's helping out with this kind of stuff?
Usually Meridian, Kiwanis for certainly. The duck races. I mean, buy more duck tickets, because that's coming up. But the duck races for the Kiwanis that the men put on, that's where it comes from. A lot of the money from there. Volunteer, the scholarship money that comes. The kids enter. It's $12 for that, and for everybody enters, and then they're judged. But the adjudicators are wonderful that come in. They're not from here. They're all the people from the conservatories in Ottawa, Toronto, all over the
Tell me, who are some of you girls, who you guys look up to? Where do you get your inspiration from? Because I know what it's like for a guy that can't play guitar at all, and you can take this one by one. I go out at night and I see these guys just wailing away on a guitar, and I go home inspired. I'm going to learn guitar, but then it wears off. So how do you stay with it, and who do you look up to?
I like Led Zeppelin.
Come on, Zeppelin.
Amazing.
Dude.
And the Rolling Stones.
Really? So you're straight up rock and roll?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I look up to the drummer from Def Leppard.
Okay. Why?
Because
he's overcome obstacles?
Yeah.
That's the one-armed guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He lost his arm in a drumming accident? No. Car accident, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And, you're playing drums. Are you going to be percussion your whole life?
I don't know.
You going to pick up another instrument, or you think drums is it for you?
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Good answer. That's okay. You don't know. How about you?
I really love a lot of the older rock bands, but the singer of Monsters and Men, Nana, I really look up to her.
What's her name?
Nana. Yeah.
All right. You don't want to talk? Okay, so you're not going to work on stage. You're fired. You're out of the band. Okay, what's your name? Eden. You got to come close to the mic. Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you look up to? Who do you like?
I like Nirvana.
Nirvana. Okay. Yeah. Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of Paige Kopp?
No.
You gotta look up Paige Kopp. She sounds like Courtney Love, and she's 15 years old. She can rock the place. If you ever see a kid with those high-top sneakers on, crowd surfing, that'll be Paige probably at the concerts. Garden of Eden, you guys were really great. I really appreciate your time coming in today. And, your nerves. I know it's kind of crazy standing over there. Drew handles a really rough board, and he can really be a drill sergeant sometimes. So thanks for putting up with him. And thanks for coming in and talking to us. I really appreciate it. Keep it going. You guys are lovely. I mean, it just completely blew my mind when I was seeing you the other day. And I meant it. I want you guys to sign me autographs before you leave. I made a joke the other night.
Yeah,
and I'll be available for autographs at the side stage. Not mine.
Yeah.
I want yours.
That was
dumbasses.
Great. Yes.
Beautiful. Really well done, girls. All right. Well, we got one more segment left. Shandell Rogers is going to take us out, and then we're going to bring her in and grill her over, and make fun of her, and call her a dumbass. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks for being good sports, kids. And Deyme is with me. She's from Ryson Music Studios here in St. Catharines. 76 years.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Mm-hmm. And we'll get to more of the local talent here after this break on 610 CKTB.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
This is the Jim Fannon Show on Niagara's News Talk 610. Call now, 905-688-2582, 1-877-610-2582, or text us at 61010.
It's getting late and I cannot seem to find my way home tonight. Feels like I am falling down a rabbit hole, falling for forever, wonderfully wandering alone. What would my head be like if not for my shoulders or without your smile? May it follow you forever, may never leave you to sleep all alone. May we stay lost on our way home. Come on with everything falling down around me. I'd like to believe in all the possibilities. If I should die tonight, may I first say I'm sorry, for I never felt like anybody. I am a man of many hats, although I never mastered anything. When I am 10 feet tall, I never felt much smaller since the fall. Nobody seems to know my name, so don't leave me to sleep all alone. May we stay lost on our way home. Come on.
Welcome back. I am Jim Fannon. That is Shandell Rogers, vocal student at Ryson's Music, grade 10 at Ann Meyer, and writing her own music. Stud. Nicely done. And I'm joined by the owner of Ryson Music. Ann, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh,
what an
you, Jim.
inspiration this whole weekend's been. I haven't been able to get the kids out of my mind much, especially young Terrence Wu.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
he blew it up. Yeah. And Garden of Eden, who's the lead singer there?
Matea.
Matea. Wow. She did that song, I had to come back into the room to make sure that it wasn't a recording being played. She really sounded like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Shandell, thank you so much for coming in. And, man, you guys are all so brave. Ann Meyer?
Yeah.
We won't hold that against you. It's probably still okay that you go to a bad school. So, no. Tell us about how do you getting along at school? And if you've got any teachers that you want to thank?
Oh, definitely Mr. Gao, our music teacher. I take vocals with him, and I don't know, he's really got it down, and he's just so inspiring. Just teaching us so many techniques that I would never even thought of. All these just warm-ups, little things that really help you and keep you going. Yeah. Definitely thank Mr. Gao for sure. Okay. And how about the nerves? Is that something that you've already overcome, or how do you get on top of the jitters? I was a little bit nervous today, only because I was worried about coming in. Makes you feel human, eh? Oh, yeah. I used to get really bad stage fright, but I just started playing more and more. I even started playing with some of my friends doing duets. And I've I don't really get nervous anymore. I kind of get sick sometimes, but no, it's...
So you're going to talk to Eden on the way out because she's got horrible stage fright.
Yeah.
And I told her,
my God.
I told her we
her.
were firing her from the band because she can't be in the band and she can't be like XTC. You make all this great music and then you're afraid to go on stage. So you got to hook up with Eden.
You should talk to the other Eden. She's very cool.
It's a whole other thing when you're on stage, too. You're just so into it. You forget. It's...
Now, how long have you been playing and writing music for?
I've been writing for about a year or two now. Playing, well, I'm mostly self-taught. I taught myself piano at like 6 years old. But I've been playing guitar since
I gotta get a
2
new
years
career.
maybe. But I'm more of a bassist right now. But,
Okay.
Yeah. I sing, I play guitar, bass, piano, violin, just about everything.
Wow. And who are your mentors? Who do you look up to? What's the type of music you kind of are into?
The music, well, I love everything really, but the people who have stuck with me for many years is Fall Out Boy, my favorite band. They're just everything to me. They were my first concert, my first band, everything.
So you call that band crush?
Oh my God, they're just my band life.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they mean so much to me. Patrick Stump, he's the singer. And he is so inspiring. His range, one day I wish to accomplish his range. Pete Wentz, he's the bassist, and oh my God, I look up to him so much. He's an amazing writer and amazing musician, and I love him so much I had to go out and buy his own bass.
Oh, brother.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did.
It's Pete Wentz's signature bass.
So, and how long how long you've been like practicing singing?
I've been taking lessons, oh God, since like 4th grade. I'm in 10th grade now.
Okay.
I'm not doing the math right now, but I've been taking the Royal Conservatory papers with Anna for about 2 years now.
At Ryson show.
Yeah, so that's when I started to get serious about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are your hobbies outside of music?
I love painting, just art in general, really. Outside of music, goodness.
Not too much.
I don't know. I play video games a little bit. Oh, I like writing, but no, definitely in the art for me, drawing and painting.
You're artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
How are your grades? Your grades suffer because you're distracted with music and Fall Out Boy?
No. No, they really help. But I think music does help me memorize a lot. But my grades, they're up there. I'm not worried about exams.
Cool. I got a text here. Please thank Dave and Anna, girls teachers, for all their efforts.
Yes.
It says in brackets.
Oh yeah, Dave. He is my guitar teacher, and also taking.
No,
bass
I met
with him.
Dave the other day, and
Yeah.
okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Dave.
he's
cool.
so much to me. He's like a second dad to me. I love him so much.
Right.
I'm sorry I couldn't play Parting Glass for him today. He loves that song so much. But I don't know. He makes me all warm and fuzzy, and I want
You
to hug him.
disappointed a lot of people today. I wanted to hear Green Day. I didn't get my request either. What the hell?
No. Good
Okay.
riddance.
Okay, good. See, I can't actually
little
listen to the
panic
show
attack
when I'm doing it. Okay, good.
And Anna, oh my God, she's my vocal coach, and she's like a sister to me. Oh my God, another person makes me all warm and fuzzy, and I want to hug them.
Right.
She's like the world to me right now. Oh my God, I can't even explain how much she means to me.
Wow.
I love her.
That is very cool. And tell us a little bit more about how the kids get involved, how they contact you, and what they can expect if they get into some classes with your group.
Yeah, well, our main thing in Ryson's is memories. We try to make sure that the children have some memories like that. They get involved in parades. They get involved in Santa Claus parades. We're doing the grape and wine festivals. We do all that. The young kids, the
What
little
do they do
hammer
for grape and wine?
The hammer, little hammers and HammerQuest have been on the big Wet Jet stage. They started when they were 9 years of age. They have a band there too as well, and they've been playing there. They love it. You have all that equipment and experience. I mean, they walk in the room with their little suits and ties, and they think they own the world. They're really good. They are.
You know what? Some of these guys, I was, shaking their hands coming off on and off the stage, and some of them are just strictly business, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
No thank you, no smile, no nothing. The girls came off; they were all smiles. But some of these boys, they just wanted no part of me. They just want to get off that stage, and then they want to pick up their check at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't really care about that.
Musicians.
I'm like, kids, check first, picture second.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryson United Studios, June 29th. Silver Spears?
Silver Spire.
So Silver Spire Church, so we can see all your students play?
All our
June
students.
29th, and then you get a car show. The car show coming up. When's that?
That's July 5th.
July 5th,
Downtown.
and that includes your St. Catherine's Idol?
Yes, the Idol. Please come. Everybody gets a chance. Come to think of it. This is the Idol from last year.
You're the winner from Idol last year?
Yes,
Shandell
I
won
won the
Idol.
country idol. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do they get a hold of you, Ann?
Call me at Ryson's 905-682-6832. I'm always there 8:30 to 9.
And I'm
Every
Jim
day.
Fannon. I'm your pimp of local talent, and I am out of here. Have a great weekend, what's left of it.